Alright, what's up guys? It's Logan from Logan's Lures, and today we're going to be showing you how to make a rage craw with my plaster of Paris mold. So the first thing that you guys are going to need is going to be a mold. Today I have two of them. One a little bit, they're the same size mold, but got the wrong one. They're the same size craw, but they're just different shapes. And then we're actually going to be doing this in a green pumpkin color today. Maybe a little bit chartreuse added in, like a little chartreuse swirl. So we're going to get our soft baits chartreuse dye. This good stuff. Go check it out. I might add some green chartreuse just in case, because it might mix well with the green pumpkin. So we're going to be making a green pumpkin color, but the green pumpkin. We're going to need a Pyrex glass. Move the camera a little bit. Okay. We're going to need some plastisol, a stirring stick, some safety glasses. Go ahead and put these on now. You need these to make lures. I don't care who you are. If you get your eyes burned out with plastic, then that's no good. Alright, so get our gloves, and you're going to need a microwave and some water to dip the lures in when you're done. So I'll go ahead, put the water in here. Any water would do. Cold water works the best, but I don't have that right now. So just put that extra, put this away. Then I always like to keep a first aid kit handy. You're never going to know when something not good's going to happen. And then you're going to need some wax paper to put your lures on when you're done. And some clamps, which are back here. Alright, so I got two style clamps today. One is going to be this Irwin just quick grip, and the other ones are going to be actual wood clamps. I have a bunch of these because my dad works with wood all the time, so it's nice to have those laying around. Okay, first thing you want to do, set your molds out of the way. Come up here. Get one more clamp just in case. Okay, so you're gonna want two clamps per mold, just one on the top and one on the bottom. So you're gonna get yourself a paper towel to start with. Okay. Wipe some of this out. Leftover plastic and all the gunk in there. You're gonna want for yourself. I'm not making a small batch right now. I'm making a pretty small one, so I'd say like 1/4 of a cup. That should probably be about 4 lures right there. That's some good stuff. And these are all hand poured, by the way, not injected with the plaster molds. I only inject them on metal when I have. Okay, so let's get some heat stabilizer because we're going to need some of that. Add a little bit. Take these gloves off right now when we're just mixing the stuff because it's kind of irritating. Move this down sorry if you guys can't see it. Try to get it. I think I got it. Right there. So, saving it for a new GoPro. Right now mine doesn't have a screen on it. So that looks about good. So we're going to stir heat stabilizer in. Just leave this in here. We're going to do just normal green pumpkin right now. Alright. Maybe do some chartreuse tails, but probably not. We're just going to add a little bit in and mix it. And you'll see it's starting to get that kind of milky puke green. And then I want it a little darker, so let's add some more. There we go. That's getting there. I mean, we still got a little bit. So let's keep on stirring. And then the good thing about this stuff is you can control what the darkness is, like what darkness you want in here. So I think I'm gonna go a little lighter because I usually fish with a watermelon green pumpkin in the pond I'm going to today. So that's actually, and it's gonna get a little bit darker whenever it goes in the. So I mean, that's pretty good right there. So let's heat it up and see how it goes. You want to get your molds ready because I usually go in short intervals when I heat it up. So we're going to start with about, I usually just press the express, 15 to 30 seconds. And you want to, instead of do it all at one time, you want to give it a little bit of time. That way it doesn't cook it, so you can stir it just like you're making food. You don't want to cook the whole entire thing all at one time. So let's heat this up. Sorry this is a little bit longer video. I mean, it takes a little bit to make these. Alright, it's still pretty milky. Let's put it back in. Let's try 45 this time. You want to get yourself a microwave you can actually look in so you can see if it's bubbling or not. That's the key. You don't want it to bubble, and that's just not good. Stop it at 30, check it, see how it's doing. Put these dyes up now. And also, if you need to, you can add some more heat stabilizer. Okay, so it's getting, the thing is with this plastic, it heats up to a hard plastic. Kind of like, as you can see now, it's a little bit chunky. It's a little bit more thick. It thickens up really hard, and then it gets like really smooth, and you can start to smell the plastic. I would be wearing gloves right now, or a mask, but with the plastisol you should, but it's not as bad as the smell as just heating up normal lures, which I will show you how to reuse the lures that you've like torn, stuff like that, but that's in another video. I'm just making a bad choice right now and not using a mask. I really should be, but I'll do that. I'll show you guys next time. So just let it wind down. Alright, now that's good. It's getting really thick. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's really thick right now. It's not super thick, but it's almost there. I think one more 30-second interval should be good for us. So just keep on stirring, and you never want it to let it sit. Okay, so while this 30 seconds is going, we're gonna set our mold up. Get clamps. Check. I'm gonna use the big one actually. So. Set it up like this. Make sure you line the groove holes up. I'm going to put one on this side right here. These things are kind of tricky sometimes. Let's see if okay. Put that against there. Get this out. sure you get all the way to the clamp right here, and just tighten it down as tight as you can get. With the plaster molds, you shouldn't be fine about breaking them, but with 3D molded molds, I'd be a little careful. And you want to alternate it with this one. So the red handle, the handle's facing that way on one of them. You want it facing towards you on this one. That way you can rest. And put this one towards the bottom. And it can be balanced. If they're not the same side, it doesn't balance very well. Alright, so this one's going to go to that side, but we'll hold it up when we pour it, and then once it sets a little bit, it'll be fine. So the plaster's all ready. Not the plaster, the plastic's all ready. So let's get that out and we'll pour it for you guys. If it's been sitting there a little bit while you're trying to get the molds together, you can take it out or you can stir it again, but this looks fine. I mean, it went past the hard plastic stage and now it's at the gooey stage. So we'll just throw those chunks on the side that are back in and they'll melt themselves. And the cool thing about this stuff is you can reheat it as many times as you want as long as you add some heat stabilizer in. So let's get to pouring this. Now I don't inject these, I just pour them straight in. Just get a little bit of a stream, and then you'll know when it's full because it overflows in the top. Sometimes with a smaller mold, it will flow out early and get clogged, but these Rage Craw ones are usually pretty good. I just go slow. I mean, you can step it up if you've done it a while, but just make sure you don't clog it and it hardens in there. It gets all the way down to the bottom. Alright, so now we've been pouring for a while, so I know it's full. So it will sink down a little bit if it needs to, and you just top it off. Alright. Now let that set for about 30 seconds, and then you can just let it on its side, because give it a little blow if you have to. And I'll show you after it's done. Alright guys, we're back. It's about time for this thing to dry, about 5 minutes. That's what I usually use. And before we undo that, I forgot to put olive oil. Make sure you guys put olive oil inside the mold so it doesn't stick to the mold when you try to pull the plastic out. And then, so the step is you got to take the plastic off the mold, dip it in the water, and then just let it dry out on wax paper or anything. It doesn't really matter. I usually use wax paper. Alright, so let's take this off. Like I said, I don't know if it's going to stick or not. It shouldn't stick, but it probably will. So let's find out. So it might need a little bit of pressure. Alright, so there it is. It looks pretty good. I mean, it hasn't stuck to the top, so hopefully it won't stick to the bottom. That's my idea at least. So just grab from here, from the pour. Oh yeah, we're gonna stick. We're gonna stick. Maybe we can work it out. Ooh, come on. Now this is the hardest part. You get each of the tails out. Now I usually stick my finger in the top tail, one of them, and try to force it out like that. And you gotta be real careful not to rip the plastic, but at the same time, you gotta do it hard enough to get it out. So we got one craw out, or one claw. The head, got the head. Now just pull the tail. Alright. So I mean, it's not Strike King quality, but I mean it works, it catches fish, and it's cheap. That's the whole part. Trying to save money on lures. So now, after that, next thing, just toss it in the water with the plastic goods thing. There's different hardness plastics you can get right now. I only use, I think it's like the middle one. So I probably need to upgrade a little bit to, and just on this, just kind of pull the tail off, or pull the excess where you pour. It just comes out a little bit. Just pull it off to whatever size you want, and place it on the plastic, and keep on going. And it's like I was saying about the plastic. I use a medium one. I probably need to get the hard for the actual craws and swim baits and stuff. But on the the soft one works really well on the Senkos and the finesse worms. So that's basically it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, hit the like button if you liked it. See you next time.